This July 4th, Donald Trump and Republicans wreaked havoc on our country. On a day when Americans are supposed to celebrate our independence and our blessings as citizens of this great nation, Donald Trump signed one of the most destructive pieces of legislation in modern history. The biggest giveaway to billionaires ever. The biggest cuts to Medicaid. Devastation to our healthcare economy and America's clean energy economy, with millions of projected job losses. So many job losses that it could well cause us to fall into recession. When it's harder to find jobs, when more people get fired, prices go up. This vote will haunt our Republican colleagues. It will haunt them every time a rural hospital closes. It will haunt them every time seniors are unable to get home care. It will haunt them as premiums go up, as the uninsured rate spikes, as kids go hungry, as jobs disappear, as our adversaries grow stronger while America grows weaker. Frankly, many Republicans knew perfectly well their own bill would hurt people back home. Yet, they voted yes anyway. Why? Simply because they're afraid. It's simple to answer that. Why did they vote yes anyway when they knew it was wrong? Because they're afraid of Donald Trump. Now we return to session at the start of a new work period. Very soon, Senate Republicans are expected to bring to the floor, at Donald Trump's behest, a so-called rescissions package that will gut critical investments in public broadcasting and weaken America's standing abroad on a simple majority vote, not the 60 votes required traditionally as appropriation bills move forward. Will Senate Republicans bow down to Donald Trump yet again, or will they actually show backbone and stand up for their constituents? These investments were negotiated on a bipartisan basis between Democrats and Republicans as part of the government funding process. And with a simple majority vote, Republicans could take away the investments they all voted for, or many of them voted for, and renege on their word and spoil the bipartisan appropriations process. That is a road Senate Republicans would be wise not to go down. If Republicans cave to Donald Trump and gut these investments agreed to by both parties, that would be an affront, a huge affront, to the bipartisan appropriations process. It's absurd to expect Democrats to play along with funding the government if Republicans are just going to renege on a bipartisan agreement by concocting rescission packages behind closed doors that can pass with only their votes, not the customary 60 votes required in the appropriations process. 60-vote process almost always ensures bipartisanship. Worse, there are alarming reports that Donald Trump plans to bring additional rescission packages down the line to codify the DOGE. These rescissions may be small compared to the later rescissions that they'll put on the floor later. Look at the new budget that Trump has proposed. There have also been reports that OMB Director Russell Vought, and perhaps the President himself, promised hard-right Republicans in the House additional cuts on programs they detest as a way to secure the votes for their big, ugly bill. These cuts may be unlawful if the reports prove true. This is not a bait and switch. It's a bait and poison to kill. Not a bait and switch. It's a bait to poison and kill. This is deeply troubling and will threaten to further poison bipartisanship, a crucial ingredient for this institution to function. I urge Senate Republicans to press pause on their partisan rescission package and instead work with Democrats on a bipartisan appropriations process to fund the government. That bipartisan process has begun in the Appropriations Committee, and I'm hopeful more progress will be made later this week as the committee begins their markups of the first 3 bills. So again, Senate Republicans have a choice to make. They can keep bowing to Donald Trump. They can continue walking on eggshells, trying not to upset him, giving him what he wants, even at the cost of breaking the law, hurting the people back home. Or they can do their jobs. They can stand up to Donald Trump and reject this rescission package that would gut funding for critical programs at a simple majority vote. and they can work with Democrats on a bipartisan, good faith negotiation to fund the government later this year. This is not just about one rescission package. This is not just about one appropriations process, as important as those are. This is about the role of Congress as a co-equal branch with the executive, as the Founding Fathers proposed. Most importantly, this is about protecting the well-being of Americans back home.